Alrighty, hello there guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here. And I'm happy we're gonna play more Ball Pit. I'm hoping to make a bunch of progress today, as I feel like I still have a lot left to unlock. I think I'll sort of check that out here in a second and see what we have left. But let's just get right into it. Not wasting any time. Alright, farm's looking pretty good. I mean, the landing? What do we call this place? I don't know. Alright, we do need to harvest. Have all three of those built. These are all the different stats, which I feel like I need to start building here pretty soon. Ability to banish upgrades when leveling up. Okay. Does this mean I don't have any of these built? Which one do I have built? Schoolhouse. Okay. So does that mean I don't get to build a schoolhouse again? Increase agility, intelligence scaling to D. And what does the schoolhouse do? All characters gain +2 bonus intelligence. Got it. Okay, one is bonus, one is scaling. Alright, I'm getting there. Housing, Rocky Hill for 50. Right. How much do I have? 36. Okay. Well, let's harvest and let's try to get as much of this stuff as I can. Can I get to 50? Almost. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Okay. Great. I can't be too mad about that one. Well, let's build this, and then after this next run, how many bounces does it need? 20? Ugh. After the next run, we'll do, try and get that one. Balls shoot from the back and have a base critical hit chance of 10%. I don't even think that I've run this guy at all. We have 2 undiscovered blueprints in there? Okay. I was gonna try the Snowy Shores, but I'm gonna try Fungal Forest because I just remembered the last stream that I unlocked this. So let's try it. Okay, it does fire from the back. Yep. That's gonna take a minute to get used to. Oh, hold on. I'm assuming I don't want to be okay. Don't want to be in the red zone. Hey there, Jinx. How you doing today? Oop, I forgot to move my camera. There we go. I'll scoot RPG over here. Don't forget ! RPG if anyone in chat wants to play along. Each shot you take... Wait. Each kill heals you by 5, but each shot you take deals 2 damage to you. Balls deal 80% more damage. Let's see if that's even gonna work. I kinda don't know if it is. I kinda need additional ball types, though. This is such a weird character. I'm gonna lose very quickly here. Sure. Bleh. Okay. That'll take a couple of runs to figure out how to do that one. I'm back to play the Metroid Prime trilogy since I finished Prime 4. I'm off today, so the goal is to veg. Ah, man. I hope that I hope your goal is successful. There's nothing better. I'm gonna knock on wood here. Nothing better than getting a day where you're just like, I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna just hang out and not do anything. Oh, and I gotta mark another text as spam here. That's a real nice runtime. Yeah, that character, gotta take some time to figure out how to do that one. I didn't even have time for the rocks to grow back. Oh, okay. A little bit more? Okay. Ooh. Alright. What do we have? The Repentant. Yeah, let's go back to... God, excuse me. Let's go back to Snowy Shores here. I want to get these last two blueprints. And I haven't cleared the, the level with this guy yet. So let's go do that. Try and bounce. There we go. These balls feel like they are really flying. I don't know if that's just a side effect of the last character. Let's do Slingshot. Gotta bring more cough drops up. So is this still one you're going to make Moon play for the show? He had mentioned recently that he is still interested in playing it, so I think it's going to be on the docket at some point, yeah. Yeah, let's try that. There seems to still be a pretty incredible amount of stuff in here, so I don't think we'll run out of stuff to talk about, even though I've played a fair amount of it. And my hope, at least. There we go. Oh yeah, we're gonna get laser. Absolutely. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to it in the new year. We're currently off of recording We Roguelike It for the year. We're actually gonna take a break this year. Usually we try and squeeze in like a quick, maybe like a 2-part episode or like a 1-part kind of roguelike catch-up or something, but I think the two of us are a little bit too kind of tired and burnt out this year to really worry about too much of that. So we thought, why not actually take a break? Crazy to think about it. Pop. I'm not sure if you guys can see right here. I built a cat tree for the two gentlemen yesterday, so there's gonna be a little bit of extra chaos in the background as they figure out how to behave themselves with the new cat tree. I really don't want to take the Empiric Sword. Makes sense, a break is always good. I know Moon's been stupid busy with work. Yeah, he really has. I think a lot of his work stuff is easing up finally, which is good. Also, like, I think the thing that I haven't always taken into account, this run is not going well, in past years, is that there's a increased production time cost at the end of the year, because we're doing, God, this is going so poorly. Gosh. Those tissues out of the way for you, bud. And blow my nose. Okay. Shrimp is laying at the bottom of the cat tree now. Okay, let's see if I can finish building this while I chat. So for anyone that maybe doesn't know, for the last 18 years, I have been hosting the podcast, That Video Game Podcast, over at tvgp.tv. The Makeshift Sisyphus. Okay. We're at the end of the year now, so we're trying to do... Wait, Former King... Balls no longer deal direct hit damage, but AoE and the status effect damage is increased by 4 times. No baby balls. Huh. Okay. Let's try it. In Snowy Shores. So we do take off the end of the year. So like the the last 2 weeks of the year we take off, but in the place of a normal episode, we're due like a 2-part game of the year, kind of end of the year, top 10 sort of thing. But to do that, we have to do double recordings during the beginning of December, which isn't bad. It's not harder. I mean, we're just sitting there talking about video games. But it does mean that we have a little bit less time to kind of do the other stuff. So trying to stay cognizant of the fact that we are going to do extra recordings here. And not try to... I think it's okay, and I think our audience is understanding of us taking a break, which I do greatly appreciate. So it's a little easier to say, like, yeah, we're just taking... We Roguelike It is taking a couple weeks off. Outcast is taking a couple weeks off, that sort of thing. Oh, 5. It's mentally taxing, though. Trying to entertain for hours can take a lot out of you. Yeah, that's the thing that I kind of didn't expect going into a lot of this stuff was how tiring that stuff would be. I mean, it sounds silly. It's like, I've been sitting there talking about video games all day, and I'm exhausted. But it is really tiring, too, especially as on my end, I'm like running the live streams, and I'm managing chat, and I'm queuing up videos, and I'm doing I'm keeping an eye on the recordings, and etc., etc. So there's a lot of additional stuff that goes on, with us live streaming too. Oh, this is a new one. Magma emits lava blobs over time. Enemies who walk into lava blobs are dealt damage and deal 1 stack a turn. Ball and lava blobs also deal 25 to 51 damage from nearby units. Okay. That sounds pretty good. I'm not sure if it's great for this run. Okay, I take it back. It is. So I'm really trying to be cognizant of us actually taking a break. Oh, I cleared the field for the first time? And it's especially, like, as we're getting older, like, I'm not 20 anymore, I'm 44. And, like, that's not... I don't have one foot in the grave, but it is one of those things that I want to stay cognizant of the fact that I'm not going to be able to record 12 hours a day and, play a bajillion things and, have different responsibilities than I have right now and all that. Like, it's a different life than I had when I started the show. And hopefully, so far the Game of the Year stuff has turned out really well, so I don't feel badly, not having the regular episodes because assign a character here to harvest up to 1. Oh, perfect, it's the boulder. It's the boulder mining thing. Because we're putting out 2 really good episodes. So very much appreciate the effort y'all put in and eagerly await your return next year. Thank you. I appreciate it. Pretty, did you? I might have to open these blinds here in a minute. He has easier access to get to the back of these blinds, and I think he's going to cause chaos. I think my my kind of North Star for any of the shows that I produce has been just try to make the best thing you can and try to make the thing that you would want to listen to. That's kind of always been my thing from when I started, was just try and make the thing that you would want to listen to and stick to a schedule. So like not every episode that we put out is going to be like the best episode of all time, and that's okay, but you know, we need to put something out every week. And so far, I have put out something every week, and I have been on every episode. There's only one episode where I only was on for a very short time because I had COVID, but you know, my streak is alive. This character is really interesting. I feel like I'm having a really solid run. Yeah. Hi, buddy. Yeah, this box is empty. You gotta get out. Come on. There you go. Jumped into a box that he didn't realize was empty, so he just fell through the top of it. Poor Goody. Take these guys out. Come on. Oh my god. Come on. Okay, I'll just... let's keep upgrading that. I gotta start attacking the boss. I actually don't know if Iron Ball is really any good on this character. I sort of suspect it might not be, but it has a good evolution, if I remember, so... I'll try that, but I don't think I have poison. Oh, I do have a poison ball. Okay. He might stop. Okay, well. Passes through the front of enemies, but not the back. Backstabs deal 30% bonus damage. I'll see if that's gonna work with this character. I feel like it might not. Come on. Shrimp is happy as a clam at the bottom of this cat tree. Just loafing there. I don't really like any of those effigies or any of the stuff that spawns an enemy that this is so bad. There we go. Spawns an enemy that, or a friendly unit that kind of crawls up the screen. Just one. All right. I'll take it. Best Buy has an alert. Nothing for me. Increase fire rate by 15%. I don't think that's gonna help me on this run because I don't have any baby balls. The only Pokemon TCG thing at Best Buy was a booster box, which is $160, which is not going to happen. I did have something funny happen last week. My kid and I go to the grocery store every week at the same day, and every time we go, when we arrive and when we leave, we oh yeah, Pressure Valve is so good. We check the Pokemon vending machine that they have there, because that's like, if you can catch something, it's one of the easiest ways to get something for MSRP. What the community calls a product, which I really don't like. But it's almost always sold out, and it like hands out X number of like boxes and packs and stuff every Y amount of time, so there's like some sort of math to it that nobody really knows. 160 for a booster box, is that a box of packs? So it's actually a box of boxes. It's 6 boxes of booster bundles, and each bundle has 6 packs in it. So it's essentially 36 packs. It's a really good price if you're looking to open packs. You know, like doing the trading card math, it actually shakes out to be a pretty good value. It's just, you got to eat $160 right off the rip, which is really rough. Oh, I just got smacked by that. What a weird run. So we go up to the vending machine, and she's like, "Oh, they have something." And I was like, "Okay, great, let's look at it." It's the booster box for I think it's like $161. And she goes, "Oh, we need to get it." And I was like, "No, absolutely not. There's no way in hell that is happening. I'm not gonna sit here and spend $160 on Pokemon cards before I'm going to go do spend a whole bunch of money, like way too much money, on grocery shopping. As much as I would love to." Alright, we're gonna move all of these to be around this guy. And then we'll assign someone to this building here and start collecting a bunch of extra stuff. And I think there's still one more blueprint in the snowy area. Okay, so I can build 2 more of those, it looks like. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then I want to assign... I didn't build it. Okay, hold on. I need to build it first. That's how the game functions. Okay, I can get this out of the way. I'll leave that there. I don't think you guys can see Shrimp here. Oh, you can. Shrimpy? He's playing with this little Just like a dangly little mouse here. But how it's put together, it kind of spins on its base a little bit. He is very confused by it. Yeah, Jinx, grocery bills are ridiculous right now. I'm generally displeased about the whole deal. I feel like I should build most of this stuff. Can I angle? Let's see if I can. Hey, you're both playing with balls? That's right. And we're both playing with power. Oh, I need to assign someone to that building too. Okay, well, I got a bunch of stone no matter what. And that's about it. Okay, great. So we're gonna move this here and then assign someone to it. Let's just do that guy. And then this one has been built. Can I squeeze it in there? Yeah, great. Can I build? I think I can squeeze like. Can't squeeze that guy in there, or that guy. If I move. There we go. Okay. All right, making progress. Automatically chooses upgrades. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's try and get this last blueprint here. Spend more for some food fry, but I'm trying to save for a car, and that's the biggest budget change I could make to save more. That makes sense. And I'm sure it's easier too, because you have a very clear goal too of like, this might not be as fun in the short term, but I do have a very specific goal in mind. It's a nice town we got there. Thank you. I feel like I'm finally starting to get to the point where it's getting a little bit easier to upgrade stuff, and I think the automatic gathering of a bunch of materials is one of the biggest things there. Okay, I'll take that. That's a good synergy. But I also think it's regarding my town. I also think it's part of the reason why I've invested in my town is because I like the town building stuff. I definitely understand why people don't, but town building for me, you know, especially if it's in an RPG, is a big weakness of mine. So we're, you know, you give me the option of building a town in something like a roguelike, and I'm gonna be like, yep, that sounds like me. Love to play more of this in Hades 2, but I lost them when I stopped paying for Game Pass. Yeah, that's a bummer. Hades 2, a little bit more expensive than I was expecting too. I wish Game Pass was still as good a deal as it used to be, but it really definitely is not. Okay. He's ridiculous. I love both of my cats very dearly, but Shrimp is one of the most ridiculous cats I've ever had. He's a real goober of a cat. And not to say that Grits isn't, but he's different because he's a himbo, so like, it's like a different level of goober. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if I could squeeze in Hades 2. Oh, okay. Poison laser. If I could squeeze in more Hades 2 this week. And I figured it was probably... I wanted to play something a little bit different this week. And I thought between trying to continue with this and going back to Absalom tomorrow, that it's probably good to take a little bit of a break from Hades 2. And I don't think the episode We Really Like It is out yet for the ranking, but part of what I was not really complaining about, but worrying about was the amount of grinding I'd have to do for materials at the point I was at. So good to take a break from it. Town building is super fun. I started playing Bravely Default a while back. I love Bravely Default. It was super sad I couldn't really do the town building aspect because Street Pass is essentially dead. Ah, that's a bummer. I forgot there was some of that stuff with Street Pass and the city building. God, Bravely Default is so good. Murder. I got the email for the ranking episode this morning. I plan to listen this afternoon. Nice, thank you. I hope people appreciate the conversation we had about Hades 2. I think our eventual feelings about Hades 2 were surprising. I think at least for me. But I think we got to a point. I don't want. We were like at, I guess, essentially same with the main show too. We don't have to love everything that we play, because that's just not real. I think we do naturally like a lot of the stuff we play. But it's an interesting balance to try and say, like, you know, we're gonna play this game and be as fair as we can, and that doesn't mean we... Ooh, an evolution? Oh, it's a new one. Vampire egg sac? Supposing 3 to 6 mosquitoes is the only thing I had time to read. But it's kind of hard to... I don't want us to turn into the, like... You know, there's, like, the classic Twitter over-defending of, like... You spend three or four posts in a thread just explaining the various permutations of why you don't hate the thing that you're saying that you like but don't love. I don't really want us to get into that thing, that sort of mode. And I think it's a natural thing, especially with something that's so beloved for so many people. You know, Hades 1, and by extension, as far as I can tell, Hades 2, is so beloved by so many people, which is great, because I want more people to play more roguelikes. But it does, I think, increase the hardest clock by 2 seconds. Dang, okay. I think there's a natural kind of concern of mine that, you know, you want to explain your position as clearly as you can. Like, one of the rules, it used to be sort of spoken, but I think it's a little bit unspoken now on all my shows, is like, you can't just come in and say this thing sucks. Like, that doesn't help anybody. There's no reasoning behind it, so it doesn't help anyone understand why we think this thing sucks. Especially because the reasons why we don't like it might be the reasons why fuse 2 evolved balls. Oh, okay. The reason why we don't like it might be the reason why somebody likes it. So it is a rule on the show of you can't just come in and say this thing sucks, this thing rules, like not really give any additional reason. So we still try and do that with something like Hades too, but try to strike a balance between, you know, I am struggling how to speak about this game, but still communicating how we're feeling about it. Like, I'm still sort of struggling with it now, as you can kind of tell. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of tough when you're doing any sort of, like, we're not journalists, we're not critics or anything, we are doing some sort of criticism. I'm not as anti-content creator label as a lot of people are. I understand why people are against calling themselves content creators. I'm not that precious about it. But you know, you still need to do due diligence. You still need to try to explain your position to the best of your abilities. Correct your scientists. Exactly. Thank you. You got it. It's very weird not having any music right now. Try and get some stuff up here. Freeze rays and the poison beams. Forgot about the little lights that come out of the boss's eyes there. That's a good touch. Take out that little gargoyle there. Jeez, my speed, it's so slow. I am forever tickled that we stumbled onto that scientist shtick for We Rogue Like It. I think we have stretched it to the extent we can, and have found the limits of leaning into it, and I think it's very fun. I'm doing a ton of damage to this boss, jeez. Almost there. That was... I hit her, like, dead on with something. It's definitely a weird aspect of online society where you can either love or hate something. You can't just like something without being pressured to explain why you don't love it, but also don't hate it. Yeah, and I think that's what we kind of struggle with every once in a while, especially on stuff like We Rogue Like It. We'll do Timekeeper. Is like, it's really easy to say this thing was fine, and it can be hard to explain why it's just fine. Where's that building that I unlocked? I unlocked that plan for the... Oh, here it is. I couldn't... For some reason, I couldn't, like, tab all the way down there. That was weird. Alright, let's try and bounce all these guys off this stuff. Try and build both of these. Oh, 3 of these. Alright. Get a bunch of gold, absolutely. Wow. We did it. All right. Let's move. Oh yeah, that's not gonna fit there yet. Goldmine want to stay there. I don't think I can squeeze that. Oh, I can squeeze it there? Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm sort of getting to the point where I need to expand the base again. But let's see if I can... okay, I can build that there. Let's try building it. Can I squeeze that there? Yeah, but that's not really... I might wait for that, because I need to build this, right? Yeah, 15 and 8. Okay. Alright, let's get into another run. Balls will always pierce enemies until they hit a wall. God, I still have 7 characters to unlock. Let's try this guy. Let's go back to the desert. Let's get these 4 more shrimp is. Hold on, I don't think you can see shrimp. Oh, you can see his body right there. Just totally passed down this cat tree. I don't know where Grits went. He's around somewhere. Yeah, I think that's one thing we've been struggling with. I think we run into it a little bit more on We Roguelike It than we do on the main show. Of trying to say that this thing is fine without being dismissive. I think we sometimes have an easier time doing that with critical misses, especially when we're talking about a movie, because it's a little bit easier to say, well, I spent 90 minutes watching this movie and it's fine. We've all watched movies that are just fine, and this is one of those. So I think that's a little bit easier, but it can be hard, I think, especially with something like Hades 2, where I'm playing it, I'm like, yeah, it's a good game, but it's like the expectations are different, you know, especially coming on the heels of the first one being such an astronomically huge, like monumentally important game. So it's a little bit hard to get our hands around that one, I think I'm happy with where we got eventually. I think we were able to... I don't want to use the word justify, because we don't, like... we don't really need to justify it to anyone, like how we feel about the game, but I think we were able to effectively communicate how we were feeling about it, which is really what I'm focused on. Oh yeah, let's evolve. Let's try a new evolution, sure. Swamp leaves behind tar blobs over time, dealt damage and slowed. Okay. Oh, I see. It's just like the magma ones, but they're tar blobs. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool mechanic. I like that. But at the end of the day, like, not to kind of steal content from my own podcast, but go listen to weroguelikeit.com for more. I will still play Hades 2. Like, if I was a PC-only player, I'd probably still be playing it. I will say again, I think it's a real bummer that some of these big roguelikes aren't coming out on multiple platforms. Again, super happy that this came out on, if I remember correctly, everything. But it's a real bummer I can't just, you know, Moon and I can't play Hades 2 on our platforms of choice. You know, because I might still be playing Hades 2 if it was on PS5, because I'd probably be working towards trophies of some sort. Oh, that was close. Unlocks the ability to exchange gold for other resources. Okay. Let's do those guys, sure. But I still kind of get the impression that Supergiant Games is still fairly small, despite Hades 1 and now it looks like Hades 2 being a really big hit. Ooh, let's do that. So I can understand why they might not be super interested in focusing on any other platforms at launch, but it's just a bit of a bummer that I can't play it on my daily driver platform. But I wonder how much I wonder how the industry overall is sort of feeling about the studios that do a lot of console ports. I feel like I was seeing those, especially for roguelikes, for quite a while, of studios saying, "Hey, we've hooked up with this porting company, and they're bringing it over to the consoles, and talk to them. They're running it." I wonder how that all shook out. I feel like I've seen that happen a lot. Oh, that got really rocked me. I feel like I've been seeing that less, but I'm not sure if that's because it's been happening less, or if studios are being quieter about that. Like, not for any sort of malicious purpose, but like, we're a porting house, but we're just working behind the scenes, that sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure. Or have the middleware tools gotten better so you can port to consoles a little bit more easily? I'm not sure. Be curious to poke a developer's brain about that a little bit. They'd be willing to talk about it. I'll do area effect damage, sure. Come on, that boss has got to be dead in a second. Can I hit both of them? Yeah, I can. Come on. Thank you. Maybe they're quieter about it because it's just an accepted practice. No need to announce anymore. Yeah, that's true. That could be another reason. Is sort of like, it's just one of these teams putting out a port. No big deal. Yeah, let's do that. Good point. Oh yeah, Ritz is over here watching the garbage trucks street behind me. But I feel like for a while there we had a really good string of a lot of roguelikes, especially coming out on consoles, at least maybe not, day and date, but they were coming out pretty quickly. So I'm hoping that can continue. The other concern I have is I feel like there was a string there too of some finger pointing happening between development studios and console porting teams, of studios getting a bunch of flack because the console ports were either behind or weren't functioning correctly, and it was a lot of studios saying, I know this happened with for me personally with Dungeon of the Endless Dungeon, first one, where the PS4 version just didn't work, and I think still maybe doesn't function. I haven't checked it in a little bit. but the studio, Amplitude Studio, I think makes those, was basically like, yeah, man, like we can't. They manage that whole thing themselves. Like we can't do anything about that version. And then the studio that ported it was basically like, yeah, we don't have any money to fix this. Like I don't know how to tell you that it's not going to get fixed, man. So I think it's kind of it's hard on both ends, I think. Grits, be nice to your brother, please. So I think with any of that stuff, it's hard. I think Supergiant did the ports for Hades 1 originally, if I remember correctly. But those came out, it was a year and change after PC version, if I remember. Oh, get out of here, little sandworms. This isn't Silk Song. I don't want to deal with you. Ouch. Why? You dare poison me? That's what I do to you. Boss is halfway dead. Grits, don't go in the box again. You scared the poops out of yourself last time. Kind of practice feels scummy. One would think that the original studio would be interested in putting out their product in the best form across all platforms, so they would work closer with the porting houses to make sure the games work proper. Yeah, I wonder how much of that stuff, you know, changed the nature of contracts and everything. Hey, buddy, come on. I'm just waiting for the recycling truck to come so I can get rid of this box. I wonder how much that's changed contracts and stuff of like, because it really did feel frustrating to the point where it's sort of like, you know, you get the runaround for like health insurance of like, oh, I'm sorry, that's like not my team. Let me transfer you over to this other team, and then the other team goes, yeah, sorry, that's not my team. Let me transfer you over, and then it just hangs up on you. You know, it sort of felt like that at some point of like, yeah, but I like paid money for this game, and it just like it crashes every time I open. Like that's not even like, you know, don't pick this upgrade on the end of level 4 with this character because it crashes the game. It's just like the thing doesn't open. So I think stuff like that, you know, I'm not trying to pick on that game. You know, there were other games that had that experience as well. So like, it's definitely not an isolated thing, but I wonder how much of that sort of colored spend gold to harvest more than once immediately. Wow, okay. I wonder how much of that colored the, you know, contractual stuff going forward. Housing has gained ability. Residents of nearby houses gain 20% bonus experience. I don't think I have gotten a house upgrade like that before. That's really interesting. And we're getting a lot of materials now too. All right, building these two guys. We can build those two and that one. I feel like I do need to unlock these guys first, though. Try that. That's one of them. Okay, can you get the other one? So close. I need like one more. Yeah, there we go. Super bouncer over there. Okay. Gain 0.1% critical hit chance for each character. You can complete a liminal desert with each fast tier completed. I don't know what fast tier is. Find out at some point. Okay, I should probably expand again. Let's buy that. Land grabber. Expand your base 5 times. Great. And then I do want to move some of this stuff around that I'm just not going to be able to manage, or like that I don't need to bounce off of. And now I feel like I want to keep some of the character buildings together, now that we're seeing some of the upgrades happening here based on that completion. So let's see if I can move all this stuff together. Move wheel right there. Looking for another building that kind of fits right here. What's this guy? Military Academy. Well, try that. Whale Whale of a Cod. It basically makes the level faster. You'll see it on the level select screen. Oh, okay. Interesting. That is a really good name. Okay, we move this over there. What's this? We'll move gold mine a little bit over there. Okay, let's start moving some of these houses next to each other. It's a terrible noise. Clinic. I don't have to worry about that yet. Itchy Finger. Drop 1 bonus gold for every 9 enemies killed in a level. Okay. Clinic can get scooted over here. Any of these... Yeah, there we go. Residents of nearby houses gain 20% plus 20% bonus experience. So let's try and maximize that. There we go. That looks pretty good. Also, I really appreciate the developers having that big radius so I don't have to figure out where everything is going to fit. Okay, that looks great. Happy with that so far. What else can we build now? Definitely have enough money for both of those. Should finally build this. And can I build both of these? Probably. Try and trap everybody over there as I build that stuff. And did I build that other one? I actually don't remember if I did. Oh god, yeah, I gotta upgrade all this stuff. Ah, jeez. What happens if I upgrade? Okay. Let's do level 3. All these. Let's upgrade the lowest ones first. Get them all to level 2 first. Okay. 3, 1. Let's upgrade all these 2. There we go. Ooh, building Tetris. That's right. See, that's the thing that I like about this game, of like trying to get all this stuff into the optimal layout here. Okay, we can do this guy again. Okay, so let's do... Let's try Fungal Forest again. Oh, I should have looked for the setting. Well, it's fine. Lord knows I'm going to do more runs, so I'm not super worried about it. Okay, gotta watch out for the little red spots there. Break it down, hey, Miss Roddy. That's an okay upgrade, but you can do better than that, I think. Whoa, that guy's schmoving. Hold on, hold on. Oh, I see. Okay. Gotta learn all these new units starting a new area. Hold on. Hit that guy. Okay, perfect. That is the guy that's making him cook. Cook and book. He's gonna make a Book 'em Dano joke, but I don't think anybody else is as old as I am. Oh, hold on. There we go. I rocked that multi-layered guy. A stacked shroom. One of the things I like about Amos Roddy's soundtrack so much is that like bending note that they use a lot. That sort of thing. I don't think I heard anything they had composed before Citizen Sleeper 1, but that soundtrack was enough to make me an instant fan. Gosh, okay, hold on. Got a lot of bombs coming. It's okay, we appreciate your advanced wisdom. Thank you. How kind of you. Oh my god. This level's going wrong. All at once. Wow, that's a real big area. Oh, Broodmother? Alright. I do really like this character, though. Having to just kind of roll with whatever the upgrades give you. Feels a little bit like what's the second level of characters in Binding of Isaac, the Tainted? Still feels a little bit like Tainted Eden, where you're just kind of rolling with whatever you get when you get hit. 4 of them. Allows you to bring 2 characters into a run, combining their abilities? Dang, okay. Is a character you unlock by linking your Twitch account? Yeah, unfortunately, I can't get it for the PS5 version. It's only for the PC version, unless they recently changed that. I was looking at that the other day because I wanted to have all you fine folks in Twitch do the like Twitch control thing, and was bummed but understood that it was a PC only thing because there's like some sort of extension you gotta run. It's a nifty blueprint. Yeah, that seems really strong. I'm curious to see if you can level up 2 characters at the same time if you bring both of them into a run together. I'm gonna try and build that one ASAP. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a new one. Phantom. Level it up, yeah. Wow, okay. I do like this, I want to say it's shared XP, like they both get half. Oh, okay. That seems fair. Otherwise, I feel like you'd be leveling up at a fairly bananas level. Or at a clip. I do like these enemies in this level that are pushing the other enemies. I think that's really clever. It's fun to start one of these levels and see all the different kind of enemies they keep making. There's a lot of creativity in this game. wow. I'm trying to bounce to get behind this mini-boss here. Roguelikes are the best when they get kind of honky bonkers. Absolutely. You know, over on We Roguelike It, we talk a lot about whether or not a roguelike will let you break it. And I think some of the stuff we like the most are games that really let you kind of break them wide open and become super overpowered. And I think that's when I think there's something to be said for roguelikes that are really restrained, and it's like, no, your skill at playing the game. You know, see a lot of traditional roguelikes, especially like turn-based, grid-based ones where you, you know, when you move, the whole world moves along with you. Those can typically be a lot of like skill-based ones of like there's no meta progression, you don't keep anything, you're not upgrading anything, just your skill and your luck of you know, scoring some stuff in a run that's really good, or kind of manipulating the game into a better position. I do appreciate those, but sometimes you just want to pick up the 2 items or 3 items that synergize well with each other and just roll right over a run. I think that kind of design methodology is what defines roguelikes versus roguelites. Yeah, I think maybe infamously in the first episode 0 of We Roguelike It, I state, like, I don't care when it comes to the naming convention for the episodes, a roguelite versus a roguelike. I do really care in practice. My definition is a roguelike is a game that, it says on the tin, is like Rogue. It is a grid-based, turn-based, usually hard as nails, typically no meta progression sort of thing. It is exactly like, or greatly similar to Rogue. I think when you look at roguelites, I think there's a burgeoning descriptor of a pick 3. I think that is, which this game is a pick 3 as well. I think we can probably thank Northern Lion for that. It's a lot of like, there is an element of randomness, there's an element of meta progression, you are leveling up and picking 3 things from a list, and you're synergizing stuff. And I think when people think of a roguelite, I think that's, you're kind of getting the stereotypical sort of thing. Feels like everything nowadays is being labeled as a roguelike. Yeah, 100%. I think it reminds me a lot of like the heydays of quote-unquote, with RPG elements of, like, the 360, of, like, it's a shooter, but it has RPG elements, and it's, you know, this thing, but it's got a leveling system, and that sort of thing. It's getting kind of the same treatment as RPG elements? Yeah, 100%. It really reminds me of that. Like, whether it's a good thing or not, I'm not really passing judgment on it. It just feels very similar to, like, and it's also an RPG. It's a third-person cover-based shooter, and your units level up. Like, I'm still a sucker for a lot of that stuff, but you know, it definitely feels like it's kind of the genre du jour at the moment, which I think is cool in a lot of cases, because I think you start seeing some really cool uses. Like, I think if you're going to be reductive about this game, it's a block breaker, kind of not really, that has roguelike elements in it, and that's a cool combo. And I think if roguelites weren't so popular right now, I think it would be, we might not see a game like this. And I think that's cool. I just have literally one enemy to kill in this shroom swarm. He's rocking. Jeez. Bounce, thank you. Fungal Forest completed. Iron Fortress unlocked a new character. Great. Shroom Trophy. So that's an HP one. 2 more gears. Great. 11 minutes too. I was booking on that one. Nearby wheat fields regrow 35% faster. Okay. 3 blueprints in one gear. Great. Excuse me. New upgrades unlocked. New items have a chance to appear on leveling up. Great. 4 more items. Okay, I'm going to take a quick bio break. I will be... Let me get my controller to the point where I'm not going to immediately knock it over. Brits, if you're eating this plant, I swear to God, don't look at me like you're innocent. I know you. Okay, I'll be right back. Two shakes. Okay. Oh, we have a hydrate and a stretch. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, I do have a question for anyone in chat. Jinx asks, shakes of what? Shakes of a lamb's tail. Obviously. I do have a question for anyone that's in chat or watching a YouTube video. I have these IEMs, as in your monitors. You can see how pale I am. But I took the earbuds off and to try and put the smaller ones on, and I cannot figure out how to get the new ear tips on. If anyone has any pun not intended hot tips for how to get those on, please send them my way. I feel like I'm losing my mind just trying to get them on. Okay. What I'm really trying to do is like block this whole area. 70 stone. I'm trying to block this whole area here so I can just bounce all these characters. Lots of swearing and praying. I mean, that's mostly what was happening yesterday, like 10 minutes before I was trying to stream, of just like, please get on there. Please. I'm tired of wearing the headphones that I'm wearing. Please, God, just get on. Just get on there and help me out. And they were not willing to help me out. Okay, I built a bunch of stuff. Can I finish that one? Yes, I built all of them. I assume the tips are what came with the IEMs. Yeah. The ones that came with them are like way too big for my ear. So I was trying to switch out the ones and I just was not able to. Okay, we can move that. I'm gonna move all of these just in the corner right now. Line them up. Wait, are these in level order? Boneyard, Snowy, no. Hold on. Yes, that's who I am. I'm going to put them in level order. You should know that now. Okay. Spend gold to harvest more than once immediately. 225 for that? That's not that bad. So I watch a bunch of like videos and like TikToks and stuff about, you know, like put them on an angle and then twist them and just jam them in there, and it just was not working at all. So maybe I'll try and see if my wife can do it. We're a good team like this. If there's something I can't do, she usually can, and vice versa. All right, let's try this. And let's see if I can get some good stuff going. See what it looks like. My harvest clock feels real long at the moment. Okay. Oh, and then you can do... Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so can I... No baby balls. Each shot shoots multiple instances of one equipped special ball. Right. And then I can put a partner in. So let's do... Let's just try the default one. Oh, and there it is, normal versus fast. I see. I don't have any completions for fast. Okay. Let's do the desert here. If it were made for the set, there really shouldn't be a huge issue. Just gotta catch the edge of the stem, the ridge of the stem with the inside edge of the bud. Kind of stretch out a little bit and should wrap around. Should being the operative word. Yeah. Yeah, I think the should is the part that isn't really happening. But I think I need to find the right angle or so, and I need to do it when I'm not like 2 minutes away from hitting the go live button. Wow, okay. This is really interesting having both characters at the same time. I do like lightning quite a bit. Try and get back here. Nope. I did really like the IEMs that I bought. I bought them forever ago. I am a little bit tired now that I'm streaming a lot. I am pretty tired of having these headphones on. So I was hoping to find something a little bit better. I absolutely adore my AirPod Pros, but I have so much trouble keeping them connected to this Windows machine. And I cannot afford to be messing around with a Bluetooth headset, you know, either disconnecting or running out of battery or whatever when I'm in the middle of the stream. Oh, you're trying to do it in a rush? No matter, you can't get on. They know they can sense that and will fail every time. Like plugging in a USB. Exactly. If you're in a rush to plug in a USB, it's going to be upside down probably about 4 or 5 times in a row. The worst when I was working IT. I worked IT for a little over 15 years. The worst was when they're like trying to, before servers got better, the worst was trying to plug a USB into the back of a server when you like really couldn't see anything. Thankfully now there's, for a while there's been servers with USB ports on the front, but back in the olden days when we had dinosaurs, it was a much different story. Well, IT, have you tried turning it off and on again? Man, the number of times that works, though. The number of times also they would say, well, yes, I definitely restarted it before you got here. Increase pickup range by 0.5 tiles. And then you'd go over and restart it, and they'd be like, oh, like a restart. It's like, yeah. Well, look and fix the problem. I take it you've seen the IT crowd? Oh, yeah. My wife and I always reference the I'm disabled, that thing. You say, what kind of disabled? Leg disabled. IT crowd is great. Obviously, the creator is not great. Yeah, I want to upgrade more lasers. Yeah, I want more lasers. The only sitcom with a laugh track I enjoy. Yeah, my kid's been watching a laugh track sitcom on Netflix. I don't even remember what the name of it is. I was like, man, I cannot tell you the last time I've watched a show with a laugh track on it. My dentist is leaving me a voicemail right now for some reason. They've been hounding me because I had to cancel my last cleaning because I was sick. And I was like, you could come in. You just come in today. I got a little bit of time. You just swing on by. It's like, yeah, you're like 45 minutes away. I do not have time in my day to just spend almost 2 hours of my day driving. Trying to reach you better Teeth's extended warranty. Pretty good. Gain a shield that blocks the next damage you would receive. Recharges after 60 seconds. Sure. Want to clean your teeth? They're addicted. I know. I'm not here to kink shame, but like they need to chill a little bit. My teeth are doing great. Can I get? Oh, is it for my kid actually? It's actually, my kid is going in for her exam next week. They were just saying, number one, I love the like visual voicemail thing that seemingly all carriers do now. 9 to 17 per second to damage within 2 tiles. Yeah. Ritz, get out of the box, man. So like I like being able to see what they're saying in the voicemail. They were like, oh, she could just come in early, no big deal. And it is a big deal because she has school. Can't just be pulling her out of school willy-nilly for a dentist appointment. King shaming is my king. That was one of my favorite, I think it was a Vine from way back in the day. Someone saying that king shaming is my kink. Oh, it's so funny. That's right, yeah, that's the Vine. And then the guy just letting out that scream. And Vines are great. I'm not always like someone to mourn a big website that died, but Vines were so good. what people could do on for 6 seconds. One of my favorite was ProZD did his Did I Save Vine? That one was a classic. Yeah, my wife was wife was telling me the other day someone's thinking about bringing back Vine. I think that'd be really interesting, especially if they would keep the same restrictions. They probably won't, but it'd be interesting to see if they'd keep some restrictions. Point to Vine mail. Man, these two cats are loving this cat tree. One of the best purchases my wife has made. She saw it in Costco and said, I think the cats would like this to keep them entertained in the office. I said, yeah, sure, let's try it. But they're not allowing AI on it. I know that much. Thank God. Hopefully that sticks, but we need more places like that that are anti-AI. Yeah, sanctuaries, that's right. One of the Pokemon TCG servers I'm in for tracking when stuff is in stock had like an art contest the other day, and like so many of them were just AI quote-unquote art, and it's just like, come on, man, like just don't enter. I'm not entering because I'm not an artist. That's okay. Clankers be gone? Exactly. If anyone is watching this in the future, please, and it suddenly turns into a slur, Clankers at the moment, on December 12th, 10th, 2025, means AI generated stuff. Poisoned. How could you? Alright, let's bounce back there. Oh, good job, Shrimp. Sharpening those claws. Whoa, too many lasers. Ooh, so speedy. What is this, Sectori? Sharpening, what's he preparing for? Chaos. Alright, about halfway there. I was really looking forward to playing more more Sectori on Monday, and my kid woke up under the weather. It's one of those times where your kid wakes up and you're like, ugh, she doesn't look great. Maybe I'll get some food in her and see if she'll be doing okay. And then I like look at her in the rearview mirror in the car on the way to school, and I'm like, oh no, she looks miserable. I gotta keep her home. She just sat on the couch and watched Pokemon all day, which is a pretty good deal, I think. Oh, it's poison. Gotta pay a little bit more attention here. I don't think I got any additional blueprints on this run. Who's mobile? The snake from Mega Man 3. 3? 2? What's Snake Man from? Has that like goofy looking snake that you're jumping and fighting in the middle of the level? I was gonna say it's the one with the sick music, but that's literally every Mega Man stage. Ow. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like not doing enough damage to defeat all of these enemies and do a significant amount of damage to the boss too. But I have them so close to death that I don't want to lose this run. Alright, so close. Don't spawn any more enemies, please. Come on, little buddy. We have literally no health bar left. Thank you. Increase gold found in battles by 5%. Okay. The bounce ones feel pretty good. Harvest. Housing has gained an ability. Oh. Her house now gets wheat. Wow, okay. Okay. Great. Hi, kitties. Oh, let me open the window for you a little bit more. I didn't realize the window was a little too closed. There you go. There you go, big kitties. Alrighty. What are we building this time? Nothing there. Oh, magnet factory. Right. Oh, well, I want to build this first. Tuck that right there. I put that right there. Okay, I don't have enough to build that. So let's try that. Try and build this and get the new character. Great. Oh yeah, and I can hold circle to speed it up. Meow. The shield bearer. Okay, let's move them all the way back there. Bank can get stuck probably right there. Okay, and I need 20. Need 3 more stone. Yeah, let's do... Oh, right. I can't do that because it would immediately... Let's see if I can get somebody up there to get enough stone to build it. If not, I'll gather enough during this next run to have it pay off. There we go. Bunch of stuff. Build it mostly so I don't forget. Alright, I think that's everything we can build for right now. I'm not going to spend 500 to do that run. Frontline's first defense holds a large shield that bounces back balls that hit it. Balls deal 100% more damage each time they bounce off the shield. Wow, okay. And then let's do automatically chooses upgrades. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let's try a fast run here just to see what it does. I don't believe I have tried that before. Oh, that's a very big shield. Oh yeah, I gotta bounce the balls off of it. So this turns out to be like a regular brick breaker here. That's the perfect pick. Thank you. that guy. Thank you. I do love that the boss in this area is just a ton of little dudes. Splits in a clone every time it bounces? Wow, okay. Oh, this is bad. Rah, rah, rah. Number of clones increases? Jeez, okay. Just gonna keep strafing here and hoping for the best. Yeah, there we go. Love it. I gotta clear out all these fast-moving dudes. Okay. I'm not gonna turn that down too much. Oh boy. Shrimpy? Okay, bye. I think Grits is settling in for a nap here. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Now we can start attacking the boss. Oh, I see. This character is going to get harder to use as the stage gets bigger. Interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Wow. Okay, hold on. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah. Okay, so all my stats are at D now. And then I can upgrade them. Wait, what does it upgrade to? Secondary character's ball starts at level 2. Okay. So then I can start upgrading these. +2 bonus to speed. Where's the yeah, and then that upgrades it to C. Okay. But I have to move that down here to upgrade, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm getting there. I didn't pick up any blueprints there. I'm gonna upgrade that building. Oh. Wow. Alright, so we can move this back. And I should focus on... Oops. Upgrading these to A as quickly as I can, I guess. Do those as often as I can. Okay. No baby balls. I do want to keep going with this one. I really don't want to play as the cohabitants. Each shot shoots... I wonder if I should do these two together. That seems like it might be a good combo. Less things to kind of bounce off of the thing here. Although, moving ridiculously slow at the beginning here. Passes through enemies? Sure. Bonk. This level feels like it's going a little bit wrong pretty immediately. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here or anything, but jeez. Yeah, we'll do pressure valve. I like that a lot. I need to go over there. Oh, please attack these guys. You play enough roguelikes, you kind of get a feel for this kind of thing. Yeah, 100%. Also, sometimes like you pick up that one upgrade, and you're just like, oh no, this run is cursed immediately. Oh my god. Sure. No. That one just did not have a chance there. That's alright. I can harvest that building to upgrade it. There we go. And then hold circle. See what happens. Get a bunch of gold. And you've on record played checklist 75 roguelikes? Yeah, that's true. At least, you know, as a scientist. Let's move this guy over here. Upgrade. I can do... Yeah, we'll harvest again here. That might be enough to upgrade it. Yeah. Okay, we'll move that back over. Okay, so we're getting some good stuff here. Intelligence, leadership, endurance. I should do this one. What's my phone beeping about? Alright, let's do another run. Balls always pierce enemies until they hit a wall. Balls shoot from the back and hit. I really don't like that character though. Let's just do like a super basic run with these first two guys here. Complete the previous level with different characters. Yeah, okay. Precisely on record. That's right. I don't know how many roguelikes I've played, you know, over time. Because I think my first roguelike was ToeJam and Earl. Before we kind of really had a term for it. I never played Rogue or NetHack or anything like that growing up. So I think ToeJam and Earl was my first one that at least that I can remember. Each time you're healed? No. I don't like that knockback one. Let's reroll. I don't have enough resources to do that. Oh, because I haven't picked up enough gold. Yep. In the run. Splits into a clone on hit 2 times. Okay. Let's see if we can get a synergy with that one. Trying to see what the cats are up to. Grits is asleep over here. I don't see Shrimp, so... He's probably asleep on my bed, if I'm gonna guess. If I can't find him, that's usually where he is. Ooh, they're cooking. Oh, pressure valve. Yep. Let's get the explosions going. There we go. Already paying off. God, pressure valve is so good. Look how quickly it clears that stuff now. Especially with the splitting balls too, the cell. Yeah, I'll just fuse those. Pop. I see a fast guy there. Get him out of here. There we go. 4 stack of enemies there. Gosh. It is really interesting how mobile I need to be in this. You get 35. First time you get in their melee attack range. No. Increase starter ball level to 2. Great. That's super helpful. Oh, here's a new evolution. Alright. Virus. Applies 1 stack of disease to units it hits. Max 8 stacks. Disease lasts for 6 seconds. Each stack deals 3 to 7 damage per second. Disease units have 15% chance passing a stack to undiseased nearby enemies each second. Wow. I'm gonna reroll that. Well, duh, you're a large platform on your face away from the paddle. That's true. Come on, buddies. There we go. Come on, you guys got it. Oh, that's the blinding one. Yeah, let's try that. This one hasn't historically been my favorite, but I don't necessarily think it's bad. Hold on, I have a message here on Discord. Oh, okay. Never mind. Boo. Balls deal 150% damage with damage decays by every time they bounce. Huh. Yeah, let's max out virus here. That one's really interesting. One of those ones on paper that sounds bad, but I'm not sure if it is. It might not be right for this character, but maybe something like that one I just unlocked might be good. I see a pushing guy there. Wow, I am launching a ton of stuff here, jeez. I'll max out light, yeah. See what we can evolve that into. I feel like I've evolved light into something at some point, but I don't remember what. Yeah, this game is fun. Just sitting here thinking, I'm having a blast playing this. That's not always the case. I don't have any fiery balls. I'll take the defense one. There, I was about to say that boss looked like it wasn't long for this world. Ooh, a brand new one. Lightning and light. Double light. Flash. Damage all enemies on screen for 1 to 3 damage after hitting an enemy and blinding them for 2 seconds. Okay. I'll take Slingshot. Give you some extra baby balls here. Let's try and get around this side. Gosh, so many explosions. I wish I would have liked lightning again, but I'm just gonna pick earthquake. Just get a different effect in here. Earthquake is largely pretty good. God, excuse me. My allergies have been killing me this last week. It's not as cold as it usually is, so my allergies are lasting a little bit longer than usual. It's actually supposed to be 85 today, which is wild for December. Oops. Oh yeah, let's bounce back there. Really interesting doing that much damage to every enemy on the screen. Using 2 evolved weapons. Does this do anything extra? Area effect damage from Flash also inflicts status effects from Virus? Wow. That's pretty good. So I should be poisoning every enemy on the screen as well? Question mark? Okay, just cleared out the screen in no time. That's pretty incredible. We're pushing. We're pushing. See another one back there. I see you. Shaking that thing. We'll do poison too. Why not get one more status effect in here? Speaking of the temperature a second ago, and I just got a warm breeze coming from the window at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's going to be pretty spicy later. That's fine. Let's just get that out of the rotation here. Yes. The Shroom Swarm. I'm just hitting everything on the stage. Wow. I was trying to bounce in the middle there. I destroyed that boss. What the heck? Jeez. Increase the movement speed during harvest by 10%. Okay, we got all the gears. Oh, did we get 2 gears because I killed the boss with 2 enemies? Or 2 characters? Drop 1 bonus for every 8 enemies killed in the level. Okay. Wow. Great. Remember that that's surprising. It's about 72 here in Houston. Yeah, usually it's cooled off by this point, but just having this one day, the gory grasslands. Okay, need 4 gears. Okay, what can we build? Whoop, not that. Nope, stop. Increase movement speed during harvest by 10%. I don't think I can squeeze that in here. Increase starter bottle level to 2. I do want that. That seems pretty handy. But that's... Then you build that? No. You build that and upgrade that? Now I want to upgrade it. Just gonna want to build... Wow, that takes so many hits. No, come back. Please. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, get stuck. Yeah. A couple more. Thank you. Construction complete. Alright, Alchemist can... I did not mean to upgrade that. I meant to move it. That's fine. Can I upgrade that? Okay, it starts at level 3. That's pretty strong. Anything else to build here? Yeah, this guy. That's such a weird shape, too. I can't... Hold on. Can I move this guy for the moment? At least scoot it over there. Build this one. Right there. Is it worth... Yeah. Trying to get both of these. Okay, that took nothing to build. And I totally whiffed that other building. There we go. Got a couple of hits. Oh, that one still got built. Okay. So this one can move... Oh, I can still upgrade that. Okay. I want to move this... I'm just going to scoot that right there for the moment. Although, that's probably better. And then move that for right now. Okay. Let's try this new stage then. We'll do that one, and I kind of want to get... Actually, I want to get one of these two starting characters to 10. So let's just try and do both of these. Are you really not going to get cold to late January, middle of February? Gory Grasslands. Let's try these. Serious progress, what's that? I don't know what it is, but we're making it. Building a ton of buildings, expanding all our stuff. Combining our units, meeting some sort of cat enemy. Some sort of savannah cat. How you doing today, Feyre? I need to get some sort of upgrade here. Yeah, let's do poison. Cats are friends. They are friends. Not these cats, apparently, sadly. Not like those cats on the internet. Cats in their natural habitat boxes? That's right. Yeah, let's see if I can get to Virus again. That was... bananas. Meow, meow, meow. Hey, who's shooting an arrow at me? Come on, man. Be cool. A flaming arrow, too? Rude. There's too close again. surprised Shrimp didn't want to keep sleeping in this new cat tree of theirs. I don't want any of those. I was a little worried building this cat tree that it was going to be this impossible sort of thing, but the directions and all the pieces were actually really nice. Each piece was labeled with an individual number, and each different type of like screw or washer or everything was also labeled with a different thing. So that one was much easier to build than I was expecting. Oh, we're getting virus for sure. Now, an office tree A, is that the IKEA you got? No, it's a it was my wife bought it at Costco. It's a company called CATRY, Catry, and they make cat trees, which is an incredible company name. So they were it's bigger than expected, but it was pretty easy to build. I was happy with it. So big shout outs to Catry. If you want to sponsor a stream, hit me up. My DMs are open. I'm reasonably priced. Honestly, I don't have an agent, so you could probably fleece me pretty easily. Oh, so it was 1 foot closer to your shelves, but I understand why. Yeah, I'm probably going to reorganize some stuff now that I've seen them interact with it for the first time, and move it so the majority of it, if not all of it, is on stream. Because I don't think they're going to be interested in the cat tree or the shelves, but I was mostly worried about them being interested in plants over here. So we'll see. Check in tomorrow's stream. The beginning of tomorrow's stream might just be, hey, I'm moving the cat tree. Oh, this boss sucks. Oh, we're gonna get both lasers, yeah. Yeah, Nocto. Oh, definitely interested in the shelves. Yeah, those shelves are packed, so I'm not entirely sure if they are interested in the shelves, if they will be able to do anything with them. I mean, we'll see, but I am usually a little bit too optimistic. Okay, we got virus. We got two lasers. We got super spiky ball. We're doing it. Climb on top and knock stuff down. Yeah, I could always just load the top with a bunch more stuff. Also, they surprisingly are not cats that, at least yet, don't want to knock anything off of stuff, which is really weird. I'm not used to cats not wanting to knock things off of shelves and tables and stuff. This level's going poorly all of a sudden. Where's my pressure valve? Please. I need the explosions. Let's try and level up here and see if I can get something. Let's try and re-roll to get something better. No, nothing. I really don't want to do that one. Yeah, I don't have enough resources. Okay. That's a bummer. Oh, an evolution. Deals 20 to 41 to all enemies in the same row and column. Mine either, but they do it by accident. That's more of a concern for my kid, truthfully. She knocks stuff over by accident more than cats do. Wow, that was a weird run. Okay. See what trouble we can get to back in the home base. I don't think I have anything to build, really. Okay. Let's harvest. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I can probably upgrade one of these buildings to C. Endurance is already at B. That's a C. That's a C. One of these, archery range. There we go. Let's scoot that guy over here. No, hold on. Move that there. And let's try and upgrade that guy. Alright, let's speed this thing up. Meow. Okay, so that moved us to dexterity scaling to C. Yeah, I'll upgrade it too. Let me, let's just launch that again and try and do that this time. And speed that up. Someone come back? There we go. Alright, now we can move that back a little bit. So I think, I mean, I'll upgrade some of that stuff here in a little bit, because that'll mean our characters start a run at their stats being higher, and then the scaling is going to be higher over time too. Gritty, are you okay? Yeah, you got too hot. Okay, I understand. I still don't have these guys to 10. Let me try that again. Gory grasslands are kind of rough. Let's do Fungal Forest again for... Whoop. Select a character at the speed. You won't gain any gears or other bonuses or sheer want to continue. Let's try fast for this one. Is there a bounce limit? There's not a bounce limit, but there's when you're building... when you're doing town stuff, but there is a time limit. See if we can get a successful run here to try and get these guys to 10 if I can. Oh, pressure valve. Let's go. Early pressure valve. Get all these explosions. Oh, they're pushing. Hold on. I can't get them back there. There we go. Oh my god, there's still one there. I'm so mad. Jeez. This thing in Build the Village is the T things get stuck in the back really easily. Yeah, some of that's by design at the moment to try and upgrade stuff as easily as possible, but I feel like I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna get a blueprint here soon that's going to require me to redo the layout again, which I've done that, what, twice so far this stream, I think. More lasers. Who will? Ah, pressure valve, you're so good. Yeah, we're just gonna level all this stuff up to 3. Why not? That's stuck back there. There we go. I do need to pay attention to when this stuff is shooting at me. That would help. A bleed laser. It's 100% a metal banding. Oh yeah, the big bomb guy. Yeah. Max that out. Play a game for the first time in over a month yesterday. Nice. What did you, what were you checking out? Oh, stop moving! Oh, hold on. Oh, lightning, absolutely. There we go. Increase XP gained by 5%. Avowed, I need to finish it. Nice. I should probably play that at some point. Still sort of hoping it's going to come to PS5, but nothing's on the horizon yet. I feel like that would be a good one to stream for sure. Although I'm not really playing anything lately if I'm not streaming it, other than when my kid and I are playing Stardew Valley together, and I'm playing Stellaris solo. Let's reroll that. Oh yeah, we'll get another laser. My Game Pass expired and I own it, so I was happy to jump in. Oh, nice. Oh. These guys are booking. That's all my balls totally leveled up. The Physical Suckers Edition because of the Steelbook. Hey, can't pass up a good Steelbook every once in a while. I'm not super susceptible to Steelbooks, but every once in a while you see one and you're like, no, I gotta own that one. That's a must-have. Oh gosh, hold on. Why are we pushing? I feel like that's the problem I'm having with this level, kind of in general, is I feel like I look away and like I'm dead. It only needs 9 more 9 more XP. Okay, let's definitely build this this building to get more XP. Where is it? Warfare. Of course, it's a weird shape. Why wouldn't it be? Alright, let's trap here. Perfect. And speed it up. And how much do I need to upgrade it? To 10%. Yep. And then I'll spend the money to upgrade this. This seems like a building I should try and focus on. How much is it for the next one? 15% is pretty big, but I don't have enough to harvest again. That's fine. Okay. Let's try Itchy Finger and... Sure, let's just do it again. Let's try Grasslands again. But it was a code in a box, sadly. Bummer. I mean, I guess it's less surprising on Xbox platforms because there's something going on over at Xbox where they do not want people making physical versions of their games. I still don't understand it. I don't want Iron Ball. I really don't like those effigies. I know I said that earlier, but like, I really don't. These cats are scooting. Okay, I need some other upgrade. Yeah, do please. Music is actually reminding me of Stellaris. I'm thinking, dang, I could just sit here and play Stellaris all day. Wouldn't be the most exciting stream, but that's fine. Oh, a little nice. Please don't. Why? Stellaris is great. So 4X are so boring to watch. I think that's the one thing that I think is makes Stellaris better than a lot of the other ones is the focus on how do you skip all the Hades 2 streams? One thing I like about Stellaris is the kind of continual storylines you're getting through finding all the anomalies and finding all the different discoveries and stuff. I think that helps Stellaris quite a bit. From like a 4X perspective. Yikes. I think this part of Ball Pit, what I'm running into now is where I think we're seeing some of the consequences of me not investing in leveling up character stats and upgrading buildings and stuff. I think that's what we're really starting to see at the moment. Yeah, let's go laser, absolutely. Get some of that additional damage here. Oh yeah, this boss. Okay, I gotta take out some of this stuff down here. There we go, that's looking a little better. Great that. Oh, skipping the Hades 2 stream because of spoilers? That makes sense. I mean, I'm not gonna blame someone for not wanting to watch a stream because of spoiler-related stuff. Especially if it's a game you're looking forward to getting into. I'll do virus. Level it up to 3. A dense field of wheat with higher regrowth rate and capacity. Interesting. Increase fire rate by 15%. I'll do that. Especially if it's not, if it's a game you're looking forward to playing, I definitely understand someone not watching a stream for that, because it's sort of like you never know if someone's gonna have that one great run, especially early on, where it's like, cool, I unlocked all of the end game stuff immediately. I'm like, oh great, I was hoping to see that for myself. Great. I love Hades for all the little interactions. Yeah, we're talking about it on We Roguelike, that there was one that I ran into. I won't describe it, but one I ran into very late game that I was really tickled by. It was a boss interaction with the weapon that I had equipped. And that was pretty... That tickled me quite a bit. So I think it's still impressive that I don't want to talk more about Hades 2 on this stream, because it's been way too much talking about it already. But I do think it's impressive that there's still so many interactions that you can have in that game, even after playing for dozens of hours. I think it is worrisome for other roguelikes, because I think continues to be a sort of thing of like, yeah, this game's great, but it doesn't have any story like Hades. And it's like, yeah, like nobody does. Like that's you can't judge all roguelikes based on Hades. But it needs Sims 4 advice too. Oh, okay. Yeah, what do you I'm happy to help with whatever Sims 4 advice I can impart. I'll keep upgrading this. What should I focus on? I'm assuming you're asking that because that's like an incredibly open-ended question. Let's fuse those together. I only played it once and only for like an hour. So I think... Oh, let's do freeze. I think my recommendation is to kind of treat it like Stardew Valley, where it's sort of like focus on what you like doing over anything else at the beginning. Like, do you like making friendships and relationships with people? Do you like improving your skills? Do you want to really focus on your job a lot? I think The Sims, especially Sims 4 early on, I think it has this tendency to say, like, well, if you want to get better at your job, you need to upgrade these skills, and you should do that. And, like, it's pulling you in 50 different directions all at the same time. And you can do that, but with the additional stuff they keep adding into the game, it can be a little bit stressful. Especially at the beginning, to be like, you know, let's do that one. To sort of be like, well, there are 4 million things I can focus on, and the game is really pushing me to focus on all 4 million of those things. Especially for someone who's not deep in the franchise. Yeah, let's dismantle this guy, and let's build one of the new ones. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay. 4 of 4 wheat. Wheat capacity to 9? Dang, okay. I love that error message. You have enough resources to do this. Cool. Okay, so at level 10, I got a new upgrade for my character. I think a lot of it is like just kind of worry about focusing on what you think, like 1,000 wheat in total. What you think looks cool at the beginning, and I think a lot of the rest of the stuff in the game is gonna all shake out at that point. And try not to worry too much on what the game is saying of like, no, do this, no, do that, no, do this. Because I think that starts to get really overwhelming pretty quickly. Got into a GGG Sims focus group. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think The Sims 4, now that it's been around for so long, and even the base game is really big, can have the tendency to seem really huge at the beginning. And it has fairly okay tutorial, but a lot of it is sort of like focus less on the possibilities and focus more on what you think looks cool. You know, it's a very similar conversation I had with my wife lately, because she's I hate that upgrade. She is starting to play Stardew Valley, and Stardew Valley has a similar problem at the beginning of sort of like, there's all these stats and all this stuff you can do, and do the community center, do all the go. But like, that's, you don't really need to worry about all of that stuff. You know, especially in Stardew Valley, like, nothing's really missable. And I think that's the same thing with The Sims. Like, I don't believe there's anything that's missable in that game, if I remember. So it's a lot of like, yeah, make some friends, make some enemies, hang out with some people, try a couple different jobs, see what's cool, find a cool house to live in, decorate it. It has been interesting to see the success of Sims 4 has really painted EA into an interesting corner of the possibility of what's next for The Sims. Because I think the number of people that are all the way into The Sims and have bought a considerable amount of the DLC over time for Sims 4 has really, I think, pushed EA into, I think, either wanting to or having to treat The Sims 4 as a platform. And I think there have been some growing pains with that, understandably, but I think it seems to have worked out pretty well for them so far. I think they were really pushing back against it for a while. If I was to guess from an outsider's perspective, I think there was a considerable amount of tech debt in The Sims 4. Because who thought they were going to still be running The Sims 4 after like a decade plus? You know, I think they have done a lot of work. I think they've done a lot of really cool work of representation stuff. You know, they have like, I was really impressed that they put like top surgery scars in the game. Like every gender and character type can have facial hair and stuff like that. And I think from a representation standpoint, did a really great job that I think a lot of other studios can look at for inspiration of saying like, yeah, man, we put it in our game. Like, who cares? Like, stop listening to the Nazis online about, you know, I'm not going to play your game because a woman can have a beard. They're not going to play your game anyway. So, like, don't feed the beast for someone that doesn't care. Even Blizzard upgraded WoW so EA could easier if they needed to. I think that's been a lot of what they've been doing over time has been, you know, we're making all these improvements, we're making all these kind of representation improvements. At the same time, let's work on some of our tech debt. Let's make this game and this engine a little bit more hardy long term. I think that's been really paying off for them. But I would recommend for anyone that is looking at getting The Sims 4. Sims 4 is really, really, really good. But you do need to treat the DLC offerings like those Train World games, where you could go and look. You can get The Sims 4 for like a song and a dance, or it's probably free at this point. But you can go look and say like, oh my god, there's like $300 worth of DLC. There is. You're not supposed to buy it all at once. A lot of it is like, you buy one pack, and then you play with it for a brand new character or a brand new house or something, because it's like, oh, now I live in the English countryside, and I'm running a small farm, and that sort of thing. Like, that's a specific... Wow, I got wrecked by that. That's like a whole different run you're doing from one you're currently doing. Like, you sort of need to treat it more like that than like, I need to buy all of these, and like one of my favorite ones is the city living one, where you can live in a apartment in like a downtown city, and changes the whole game completely in a way that I think is really fun. But again, that's another one that you're starting a brand new family or character or something like that for that quote-unquote run or that quote-unquote thing you're doing. So sort of treat it like that. Balls always pierce enemies until they hit a wall. I need to start clearing this stage. I do need to get a bunch of... Neither of these guys have cleared the first stage, right? No. Let's try that. Bed and breakfast 4. There you go, yeah. So, like, I think a lot of that stuff is really cool, but, like, you're not... the intention isn't to buy $300 worth of DLC and do all of it, because it's a lot of like, you know, this one lets you have a job as a veterinarian, and that's cool, but the base game has like 10 or 15 jobs in it by itself, so like you should really only start looking at buying some of that DLC when you're getting a little bored of the kind of base level Sims 4 and thinking like, man, I only have like more jobs or something, or like, man, I don't want to move into these houses. Like, all these houses look like they suck. And it's like, okay, cool. Here's a brand new area with like 5 to 7 new houses you can move into. It's really that kind of thing. So I always hear that of like, and you hear that with like some of the train sim games of like, the hell, this game's like $20, but there's $2,000 worth of DLC. And it's like, yeah. And you're not supposed to buy all of it at the same time. You're supposed to play it and be like, oh man, this train is super sick. Or like, I'm a train guy and I loved this train growing up. And oh, now I can drive it. And I'm going to buy that $20 worth of DLC and not the other $1,980 worth of DLC. You see that a lot from fighting games too, where it's like, the heck, there's like $300 worth of character costumes and stuff. It's like, yep, you're not supposed to buy all of them. You're supposed to buy the Hitomi pack because she's your favorite Dead or Alive character. You're not supposed to buy the Kasumi pack because you don't like her. Like, that's... Use your brains, guys, come on. League of Legends probably has 10k worth of skins now. Yeah, exactly. Like, no one's coming out here and saying like, oh man, you should totally play League of Legends. It's just $10,000 to get started. Like, that's not how it goes. I'll reroll. We'll try Iron, sure. I want to see what that bomb does. I just, people just want to be angry about it, or like read a sensationalist headline of like, thinking of getting into the brand new extraction shooter. It's only $5,000 to buy everything. It's like, yeah, man, come on. Only the whaliest of whales are doing that. That's not for regular Joes like us that need to like afford to eat. And buy Pokemon cards, naturally. I want to be a whale? Yeah, like, I want to have, like... I was talking to my wife the other day about, like, money can't buy happiness. And I was saying, like, yeah, but I'd like to give it a shot. You know, like, you want to give me enough money that I'm unhappy? Sure. Like... Don't give me enough so that I have the, like, rich person brain worms that are infecting seemingly everybody that gets over, like, a certain dollar amount. Like, I don't know what the, like, anti-trans brain worms are for seemingly everybody that gets over a certain amount of money. I like and I support trans people. Don't make me rich enough that I hate trans people. That would be very sad. I like trans people. I like furries. Like, I like everybody, every LGBTQ peep. Like, I don't know any of those. I want a laser, though. Let's go. Like, make me rich that I don't have to worry about, like, a car payment and a house payment and groceries. But, like, don't make me rich enough to say some wild stuff and then go on a book tour saying I got canceled. Selling out an I got canceled book tour. Also, in case people haven't seen that, Louis C.K. is back on the circuit now, complaining how he's been canceled and apologizing, which he should apologize, but also go away forever. You gross human-shaped sack. Rich enough to not think about a $160 booster box purchase? See? Now you're speaking my language. It's been really interesting teaching my kid about you know, affording a lot of this stuff of like, I might be able to afford more Pokemon cards, but like, we shouldn't buy from scalpers for a lot of reasons. And also like, you can be patient and wait for stuff to hit MSRP and try and get a better deal on it. Just because you can afford a booster box, a booster bundle that's like twice MSRP at like $50 or something, doesn't mean you should. Especially for something that's still being printed. Like, come on. My kid was like, yeah, but they don't print these sets anymore. And I was like, they do. It's a Scarlet and Violet set. They're still printing all of them. Like, they're not printing stuff from 10 years ago, but Scarlet and Violet is still getting printed, man. They just are also doing Mega Evolution at the same time. Oh man, I just got so hungry. Ooh. Ooh, a lot of lasers. It also has to be an element too of like the for like a TCG, like the waiting is some part of the fun too. Understandably, the Pokemon cards are banned at my kid's school, so she can't really get into the trading card aspect of it. But I certainly don't blame the school for banning those. Waiting for more Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering so I can finish out the base set. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been buying a bunch of binders for a bunch of my sets that I have enough of. My kid really likes Journey Together and Destined Rivals, the two of the Scarlet and Violet sets. So we're looking to gather as many of those as we can, like within reason, because you know we keep looking at cards and she'll be like, "Oh, we should get that one." It's like we should. It's $400, so like I'm definitely not going to spend $400. Like I should have a collection of cards that I bought from someone on TCG Player today. I think I bought like 30 cards or something, and it was $20. Because a lot of them are like, oh, you need this card? It's 10 cents. Oh, you need a couple of these cards? They're 3 cents a piece. So that's been a lot of fun stuff, which makes it easier because you can't. It's a little bit harder to find Pokemon stuff, so it's hard to pull some of these regular cards from the pack. Otherwise, I'd say yeah, we'll keep get it from a pack, not from the reseller. Save $394. Yeah, I mean, if I could find more packs, we'd keep rolling the dice, you know, at $5 a piece. But you know, some of these sets are like, you know, I think it's Journey Together. We're getting down to the point where I have a couple of like regular cards we need to get, but a lot of them are just like IRs and SIRs. It's like, well, some of those are $10 a pop, and we'll buy them as we come across them. But some of them are like, yeah, here's Lily's Clefable EX, and it's $150. It's like, well, that's just not happening, kiddo. I'm sorry. Doesn't matter much since they aren't in the base numbers. I mean, the base numbers aren't the problem to get. Those are, I mean, those are easy. But if I want to get all of the cards, then that's where it gets a little tricky. Some of those IRs aren't bad. It's like, you know, they're $5 a piece. Those are easy enough to buy every once in a while. But it's just the, you know, the big chase cards that everybody wants. Things might get a little bit easier if the market collapses on Pokemon TCG. Because there'll be more stock and less buyers, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. It would be nice if it would, but, you know, I'm assuming it'll happen someday, but just not anytime soon. Getting hit by that. Certainly won't be going for the chase cards in Final Fantasy. Yeah, some of those are bananas. Bye. Okay. That went pretty smoothly. As soon as the AI bubble pops next year, Pokemon cards will tank too. Yeah, I think it's between that and I think whenever the like crypto bros and the like sneaker flippers and all those, once they figure out their next target, I feel like that's gonna be when that stuff settles down. Okay, I should upgrade one of these guys. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll move this here, because then we'll start with a higher speed stat. I do need that AI bubble to pop sooner than later, though, because when it pops, it's going to be not great from like a market perspective. I will definitely celebrate it, but I'm concerned about the sort of ripple effects that are going to happen. All right, let's do another run. Who don't we usually play as? Let's try that guy again. That's the no AoE one. I don't want to do... Balls always pierce enemies until they hit a wall. Let's see how that's going to do together. Never been big into collecting full sets. I typically go buy the cards I need for a deck. Yeah, I haven't... oh, also, hello, Amanda. How are you doing today? Yeah, I never have typically been into buying a full set. Oh, a stretch and hydrate. Hold on. I'll definitely do that because I am thirsty. But I thought that, especially with the Journey Together set, since my kid loves it so much, it's like, well, let's try this one more than anything else. Oh, I do have to stretch. Sorry. Oh God, that's really good. Let's see, you know, what collecting a full set of these cards really looks like. Focusing on, let's get the cheap ones mostly, and then continue to get however many packs we can overall, realistically, and see what that looks like. Yeah, we want to get a bunch of status effects here. It's definitely going to be a Band-Aid rip, that's true. My partner is a huge Final Fantasy fan, so I'm getting her a full set before she releases. Oh, nice. I think my kid really likes Journey Together because it's focused on a bunch of trainers she likes, especially Lily. Lily's her favorite trainer from the anime. All my assets are herbs, potions, and artifacts. I should be pretty good. True. And also, like, I think it's... oh, these are the tar blob one, right? This isn't very surprising for me as a person. But I really like collecting stuff. And cataloging stuff. So for me, it's kind of... As my kid is less interested over time in playing the trading card game, which is a bummer, but understandable because she's 10 and like that's what she does. Sorry, she's 9. You know, it's something for me to stay interested in from a collecting standpoint. And I really do like cataloging stuff. I don't know what it is about my brain that's like, cool, you're gonna sit here for like an hour and we're gonna add it to the website you use to track all this stuff, and we're gonna add it to the binder, and we're gonna do all the cataloging stuff, and we'll figure out all the stuff. Oh, I love it. I don't know what it is about that makes my brain the happiest, but it definitely is that. Just switching from side to side. Whoop. 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 Hi, Gritty. Good morning. You woke up from your nap? Oh, a brand new one. Pop. Sun. Blind all enemies in view and add 1 stack of burn every second for max of 5 stacks. Burn lasts for 6 seconds and deals 29 to 58 damage per stack per second. Oh, okay. Is Exact gonna work? Okay, Sun seems pretty good. Oh, whoa! What, the guy who runs Destiny Ammo Collector likes to catalog? Who'da thunk? See? Exactly. You get it. I'm out of here. Have fun. Have fun, Pharaoh. Bye. I just saw someone with a Silksong flea tattoo. That's great. That's my kid's favorite thing from Silksong. Because she wanted to watch some of my streams at some point over on YouTube. And she loved that, and she loved Trobio. Trobio! Especially when I showed her the death animation for Trobio. It's been really interesting to see my daughter getting into video games after not really being interested in them for very long. I'm not one of those parents that was trying to force my kid into games. You know, there's some... You read those horror stories of people out there being like, oh, I had my kid play Super Mario Brothers, the first one, because that's where I got started, and that's where they should start. They should start at the beginning. And they're like making their kid resent games. And my intention was always sort of like, you can definitely watch me play stuff. And if you'd like to play some of the stuff, sure, like you're more than welcome to. But if you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not gonna say like, sit down and play Minecraft. Don't get up until you build a castle. You know, that sort of thing. Like, she kind of naturally found Minecraft. A lot. It's just like when we were growing up. A lot of like, oh, my friends really want to play, are really enjoying Minecraft. Can I pick up Minecraft? It's like, yeah, man, sure, whatever. The only thing I don't let her play, though, for the headline obvious reasons, is Roblox, which a bunch of her friends do play. And she complains about it every once in a while, but like, reduce level up reroll cost by 20%. Wow. I will not let her play, even if I was going to supervise her. She can't play Roblox. There's way too many problems there. She complains about it every once in a while, but we'll have the conversation every time of like, it's just not safe for you. It is not safe for kids to be on that platform and playing games. I wasn't into games until I got books first. It's like my brain learned how fun stories and puzzles were, and then games were another format for stories and puzzles. True. That's an interesting like back and forth between games and books. You know, they can scratch that same itch, I think. My kid has really enjoyed lately a bunch of mystery books. She really likes mystery books, especially like the kid version of murder mysteries, you know, like Nancy Drew and stuff like that. She's been really enjoying those, which I feel like I didn't really go through a phase like that. I think I tried to read like Boxcar Children and stuff growing up, but it never really clicked with me the same way that seems to be clicking with her, which is kind of fun. I'm just happy she's reading. Like, I don't really... She was telling me that... She was asking me if graphic novels existed when I was a kid. I was telling her, like, not really. Like, we had comic books, obviously, but, like, there weren't a lot of graphic novels, especially not the same amount for kids that there are today. And I was telling her, like, growing up, we weren't really allowed to read comic books for like any sort of school stuff. It was really seen as like this garbage you shouldn't be reading. And she's like, but you let me read graphic novels all the time. I was like, yeah, like I'm happy you're reading. Like, and that's what I told her. Like, I'm just happy you're reading. I don't really care what you read. If you're gonna be like, to be fair, if you're going to pick up a book that's like, my first 10 words, like, that's probably not the right level of book you should be reading. But, you know, if you want to read a graphic novel, great. If you want to read a chapter book, great. Like, I'm not really... I really don't care as long as you're reading something and remembering what you read. I mean, I was a Nancy Drew fiend. Yeah, she really clicks with it in a way that I kind of wasn't expecting. She loves Nancy Drew. She loves Babysitter's Club. She really loves Babysitter's Club. Both of those are really great too, because there's, you know, hundreds of books in both of those series for her to read. I was allowed to read any book in my house. My parents were huge readers. Probably hid any book they didn't want me reading, though. Yeah, I feel like my wife and I are trying to get more physical books in the house, and God, I destroyed this boss again. Oh my gosh. And I think at some point we'll definitely... Oh, new character, yes. We'll definitely get to that point of just like, yeah, man, if it's on the bookshelves, like, just go nuts. Just keep reading. I kind of don't care too much about these additional upgrades they're getting. The like harvesting upgrades. Okay, is this getting ready to get upgraded? Yeah. What about this? I need to move. Time for another expansion. Let's go over here. Okay, let's move this guy out of the way. I don't need that right there for right now. I don't need that right there for right now either. There's a Canadian show called Murdoch Mysteries about an Edwardian-era detective in Toronto. This fairly PG. You should really dig it. Tons of female characters too. Let me write that down. I will go check that out. I'm always looking for more. She's she's really a TV kid and not a movies kid. So I'm always on the hunt for more TV shows that she can watch. Because she'll just, she'll chew through them pretty quickly. Can I scoot this so I can build both of those? Not really at the moment. Can I move any of these? What's this guy? Oh, I can move that guy. That little guy? I can move that little guy. I think Aragon is my absolutely favorite book series. Not the best, there are much better series out there, but it's my beloved. Yeah, I'm curious to see what she's gonna pick for a series like that. Everyone has that one series where it's like, look, I know it's not very good. I really love it. So we'll see what she turns out to enjoy. Come on, there we go, great. The Spendthrift. Okay. And move this guy over here for now. Gotta get, there we go. Oh, I got a bunch of room over there, hold on. I have plenty of space to expand here. House for the Spendthrift. Can I move this? Can I move that in there? No, I gotta scooch that guy down, that guy up. I want to keep all this stuff around. Yeah, because all of them are getting bonus experience now. Okay. What does a Spendthrift have? Wealthy merchant living a life of extravagance shoots all balls at the same time in a wide arc. Okay. Let's combine that with Shield Bearer here, and let's do the first stage over again. I was obsessed with the Tamora Pierce books at her age, too. Oh, yeah. She enjoys fantasy. Brandon Sanderson is a lovely author to introduce her to. Yeah, I have complicated thoughts about Brandon Sanderson. The stuff he writes is fine. It's just a little bit, by his own admission, kind of formulaic. But she's also not really that interested in fantasy either. Which is interesting. Trying not to like push her towards anything of just like, hey, we're at the library, you see a book that looks cool, the blurb is cool, the cover is cool, just pick it up. I mostly read only romance books, so like I really don't have anything to recommend to her. I'm reading my first lit RPG, which is the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which I am really not enjoying whatsoever. I'm giving it a shot though, and not clicking with me. Always heard good things about Dungeon Crawler Carl. I think that there's so much of that series as someone who plays video games that is kind of annoying, because he's just, in so many regards, he's just writing a video game. Like Carl and Donut, who are the two characters, Donut's a cat, are just like getting achievements all the time, and the achievements are like unlocking loot boxes, and there's so much talk about what their stats are and what their level is and stuff like that, and that stuff is fine, but to me it reads a little bit like not super interesting. And then on the other end of it, the thing that really kind of gets my hackles up is the AI that runs the game in the book. The descriptions that they have, the AI has for stuff in the world, it can often mean that it is often too cruel and too mean in a way that just feels like it's edgy, and it's like trying too hard in a way that doesn't feel it's I should have picked the explosion thing. It just feels kind of like cruel and edgy in a way that I really don't enjoy. There's, that's kind of the lit RPG genre as a whole. I don't think any of them escapes from it, and I think that's what I'm finding. Why is this game so loud all of a sudden? I think that's what I'm finding through reading this series, and I'm on book 5 or 6 right now, so like I am really giving it the old college try. Like I'm not reading 20 pages in the first book and being like, this is garbage, you know, and getting out of it. Like I'm really trying it and giving the author a shot here. I just don't think it's a genre for me from like the fiddly nature of it. There's a lot of stuff out there that's age appropriate and fun that shows a lot of emotional complexity and nuance. For sure, I need to, now that she's reading more stuff, I do need to try and find some good resources for finding that stuff. I think she likes a lot of the romance stuff that's happening in the Babysitter's Club books, so that's been good. God, where was I going with that? Oh, part of it too is just because of her personality, which is good. This is not a negative. She really doesn't want me to recommend anything to her. It's like her personality and her age, for sure, is just like, oh, my dad thinks I would like it? Lame. This is the worst. Not interested at all. So, like, I'm trying to let her just sort of be like, all right, we're going to the bookstore, we're going to the library, just pick out some stuff you want. Like, yes, you can buy some Minecraft guidebooks, but I also want you to pick out some other stuff. You know, try not to be like, doesn't this look cool? Because then just be like, nope, lame. And be like, oh, okay. Want to try one of those solo journaling RPGs? I have never heard of that. What are those? That might be up my alley. Hide all the Pony Club books unless you have a bajillion spent on writing lessons, though. Oh my gosh, yeah. She has not been interested in horse stuff, thankfully, so far, which I'm hoping will dodge that financial bullet. I'm more than happy to support her in whatever endeavor she wants to go into. God, horses are so expensive. Thinking about the solo journaling stuff, I'm thinking like, man, I have all these puzzles I could build. Love building a good puzzle. We just don't have a lot of space for that stuff typically. Only one I've found that's really clicks with me is He Who Fights Monsters with Monsters. It's good from the outset. His writing rough at the beginning. You do get to see the author growth through the series, which is cool. That is cool. There's one called 1,000-Year-Old Vampire, where you're a vampire and you keep a journal over time. That's interesting. I've never heard of those. That might be something I'm into. That was one of the things that I liked playing the Pokemon TCG with my kid with, is like having something to play where you're kind of lightly competing. I like wasn't out there to look to like crush my kid every time we were playing, and also having something physical that we aren't playing a video game. You know, I said earlier that I'm kind of bummed that she doesn't want to keep playing it. You know, that's how kids go. They're gonna pick up and drop stuff pretty often. But I was having fun playing something kind of tactile and non-video game based. And like playing the digital Pokemon TCG Live kind of like doesn't hit the same way as like holding the cards and stuff. I'll have to check out 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. That sounds cool. That's a thing I hadn't heard of. Like, I had also only recently heard about lit RPGs. I didn't know that was kind of a genre. So when I saw that Dungeon Crawler Carl was on Kindle Unlimited, I was like, well, I should at least give it a try. I sent you a DM on Blue Sky with some solo journal RPGs to look at later. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's one of the great things about Kindle Unlimited, too. It's just like, oh, here's this book I wanted to read? Okay, cool, it's free. And I think I've spent, I think it's $12 a month, I think is the subscription. And with how much ebooks are, you read, I think when we did the math, 1 or 2 books a month, it kind of breaks even, and I'm reading way more than that a month. Who's the boss? Oh, it's this slow-moving skeleton thing, right? Nope, hit that guy. To enjoy reading digitally. I can't really focus. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky that I can focus on that. I usually read it on my phone, which feels like it's playing with fire, but I can focus pretty well. If it's something I really need to focus on, I do have a very old standalone Kindle device that I will read stuff on. And every once in a while I'll get an actual paper book. There's a bookstore in San Diego called Mysterious Galaxy that we like to, it's an independent bookstore. I destroyed the boss. That we like to support because it's a local kind of queer-friendly bookstore, but it's hard to get to. It's in a kind of a bad spot. Constantly on this building applies +2 build points to all nearby scaffolds. Wow. Dang, okay. Alright, unfortunately, that's all I have for today. I'm gonna go do a bunch of stuff and then go pick up the kiddo from school. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming and hanging out. I do greatly appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, so tomorrow morning I'll be playing more Absalom. Looking forward to getting back to that. Haven't played that for quite a while. We'll probably have some sort of gaming with friends on tomorrow night. Maybe FBC Firebreak. We'll have to go see. I do need to do that research for Firebreak like I was talking about. And then Friday, of course, like usual, you keep working on the Platinum for Stardew Valley. So hopefully I will see you there for all those streams. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye!